Hello everyone. Uh, I hope you're able to hear me. Can I get a quick confirmation in the chat? So welcome to the day 3 or the session 3, which we are doing, right? Hi Josefa, hi Srinivas. Let me just share my screen as well. Screen one, and yes, great. So today, everyone, the agenda is going to be with regards to the project. So I'm going to show you, and we will keep it a lot slow. But yeah, our aim is going to be that we are able to understand what exactly are there in big data or data engineering projects. So that is something which we are going to do today. Okay, everyone. It will be done on Azure. So in the last class, we saw JCV and in the course as well. So the course which we are bringing to you all on which starts from December 21st, which I will be coming to now in a time. We will be using all these clouds so that you have an idea, right? Great. So before I begin and let other people join for a couple of more minutes, like it's 8:02 as of now. If someone has any question from LinkedIn or YouTube, you can just ask that. Meanwhile, let me just showcase to you. So this is the course which we are talking about. Let me send that in the, so you will find that in the description as well, everyone. Second, it will be a little difficult, but yes, you should be able to follow. That should not be a problem. So everyone, this is the course which we are talking about. Complete Big Data Bootcamp with AWS and Azure. Okay, let's see if the Krish 10 is still valid because I think there was a limit. And yes, so you have 10% still off, right? Please feel free to connect to this number, the counseling team, if you have any doubts with regard to the course. If you have any Q&A, just tell me and I will just answer that. These are all the details for the course. So big data with Azure and AWS cloud. We will also be using GCP. So that's all the clouds you can see, which we majorly, I would say, see in any job. Mentor will be Mayank Aggarwal, that is me, and Krish Naik, that is Krish sir. Start date is December 21st. Timings are 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. IST on weekends, Saturday and Sunday. And proficiency level is majorly professionals because data engineering or big data, that's a whole case or whole, I would say, course in itself or whole tech stack in itself, which is used a lot. If you are a fresher and you want to still apply, make sure that you have credit cards and stuff. Plus, you have the prerequisite, which I will be coming to in a bit clear. And other information you can just learn about the course here. The syllabus you can also download from here. I have shared the link, everyone. Okay. So yeah, coming to the common Q&A. Yes, this course will be from scratch. There will be prerequisites of Python and your databases. The videos will be provided for that. So we will be providing recorded videos for this. So you don't have to worry on those. But yes, there are prerequisites. Okay. Coming next, let me now take up some questions before we start. So first 10 minutes, normally we will keep 2 questions and then we are going to go to agenda. So just will come to myself as well. And this is going to be our agenda for today. I will try if we can complete the project today as only if like, let's say it is not everyone is able to follow up, then 1.5 hours it will take for this end-to-end project to complete. If not, we can continue the same on Monday as well, right? But I want to make sure that I give you a gist or the proper idea that how this is going to be. Okay, great. So 1 minute, you can download this from here. Everyone, I hope my voice and everything is fine. Voice, video, and all. Okay, my bad, extremely sorry. I think I was not sharing my screen. So this is the overall everything about the course which I was mentioning. So you can see each and everything which I said. So Krish 10 is still valid. You can go to this particular number as well. You can download the syllabus from here. Each and everything is mentioned. So these are the prerequisites which we will be providing. Okay. Everything will be from complete scratch. Okay. Maya, see, when we talk about beginners, there are two cases. One beginner is someone who is in college. Okay, let's say who don't have any idea about coding. If you are that level of beginner, then I will surely say that it is not for you. I will very sincerely suggest that first you should get a hold of coding and everything. Second are the one who are, let's say, started their career. Okay, let's say they are in first or like, see, we have written it very nicely right here that it is majorly for professionals, but still students or many people are coming who want to understand if let's say they are working somewhere, They have 4 or 5 years of experience, but they are beginner into this field. They are, let's say, from data analytics field or from non-tech. So those are the one which I'm saying. Okay. Cool. Let me take up some questions quickly. No worries. I have 9 years of experience as full stack developer. I want to move from data engineering. Sure, Sai, this will surely be helpful. So if you will learn from this course, that is going to help you a transit into the data engineering part. Okay, b all the things which you have learned in full stack, you will get a little bit idea that how the data is flowing, and all that also will be a lot clear, right? Development or data engineering. Apurva, it is not that straightforward. So I will just mark the questions which I am taking so that everyone can see this. Apurva, see, it depends on the kind of problem you are solving. In the development as well, it can be pretty straightforward, and it can be vice versa. Like data engineering, you are just making normal pipelines. So the kind of problems which you are solving, that will actually define where logic is getting used. Okay, so it is not very straightforward and black and gray that this uses logic, this doesn't. I have done development as well and data engineering project as well. In my case, data engineering projects were the main which took up a lot of my effort, lot of my I would say mind space, that what exactly has to be done. Okay, development, maybe I found it easy, so it was straightforward, as I've done the same in college as well. Whereas data engineering or these data wala part, I just kind of got the exposure in my job only. But yes, it will depend. Okay. Mahindra, who uses Azure for data engineering use cases like we will be using today? Those are majorly said as Azure data engineer. There is no difference. There are lots of these job titles. Okay, Azure data engineer, GCP data engineer, AWS data engineer. It's just that you have to first understand the basics and everything right with respect to data engineer. And then when you use these tools, okay, it's the same as Mac user, Windows user, Linux user. I hope till in the basic is that everyone is using a computer, and we are just making sure that different OSs we are using. And in this course, as I said, each and everything will be covered from complete scratch, all the clouds. Today, I'm going to show you for the Azure as well, so that you get an idea on that. Okay. Mohammed, if you don't have any experience with Azure, that should be fine, and AWS as well. Today class, again, everyone. So as I hope you understand that I'm just trying to make sure that you do this project. Many things might not be clear, but I will try to explain you that. In the course, we will be spending easily a week or two to understand each and every this cloud infrastructure, right? So on Azure, I will be telling you each and every of those things. If someone feels that that can be done within an hour or within an 2 hour, I'm extremely sorry, that cannot be done. If anyone is saying that to you, you can take it, but believe me, it will not be clear. We will be properly spending 3 to 4 hours to understand each and every of these clouds before we work on them. Okay. I'm currently getting stuck in fine tuning BERT English Modern. Sardar can help you with that, but you have to reach out to me separately. So this is not related to this course, unfortunately. I can't get it. How can you cover both clouds in 8 months? They are so vast. Rajat, see, I'm not saying that the whole, okay, there is a difference again. Everything which will be used for data engineering, right, that will be properly covered, and that can easily be covered. It is not that vast, honestly. We will be using different technologies, and you will get an idea that exactly what happens. Okay. And I will be majorly focusing on the basics first, so that those cloud you will just see as a tool. It's the same as like, let's say, maths, right? It is, yes, it is so vast and everything, but for machine learning, someone can just take a month and explain you all the maths. So we don't have to do, rather, no one can do proper mastery in the cloud or in anything. Okay, you cannot master AWS, I think, within years as well. But things which we have to use for big data use cases, that is something which we will be focusing, and we can easily do that within 8 months. So yeah. Recorded video will be available. Vinay, yes, the course will be from scratch. Again, just one thing. If you are someone who has never done coding, please either wait for your Udemy course or first do the coding and get your basics clear. We are not taking in people who are, let's say, complete, who don't have any experience with coding. Okay. Great syllabus I have shared again. That is all fine. Prerequisite Sohail I have shared again. Maya, I hope your doubt is clear as well. Aniket, I am from India, Delhi. So someone from Pakistan. Yes, Krishan, you have to just reach out to, I think, the number once, and you can, of course, enroll from this website. Okay. 1 minute. I hope, Rajat, your doubt is clear. Then I am data scientist with 11 years of experience. So which things of data engineering shall be help me as a data scientist? Anup, see, if you're a data scientist with 11 years of engineering, majorly you will be moving now towards the way where you will be managing now data science projects, right? The heart of data science lies in the data and how you manage or work on that data. And something which every data science majorly do. You have to work on that engineering or the pipelines part of that as well, right? Something which I will show you today as well, like exactly how they are getting made and why it is very important to clear. But yes, all these things you will get an exposure to. So on that note, normally data engineering is a good field for you. Again, it's totally up to you on where you want to make your career. But data engineering or big data technologies will be helpful to you, so you can take that call easily. Okay, great. That should be fine. Dinesh, see, if your basics and everything's are a lot clear, then I think you can independently just check out those GCS and Azure cloud. Okay, I think you will be able to make a lot of sense with it. Majorly, the things are same only. Like let's say we have data lake in all these clouds. Google has your cloud storage, then Azure has ADLS, Amazon has S3. So if your basics are clear in that way, I will honestly suggest that first try to first figure out yourself. If not, and if you think that your basics are also not clear, then I will suggest you to take the course, because if you're already working, pretty sure many things will be clear to you. Okay, great. So yeah, let us now move forward. We need to take subscription. So community, we will be taking the trial today as well. I will be taking the trial. So yeah, okay. Cool. Just to now quickly, I think 10 minutes have passed, 2 minutes overrun. Now let us get back to the proper syllabus ones. Okay, so this is going to be the agenda, everyone. Syllabus walkthrough plus Q&A. So that I do for the first 10-15 minutes. So this big data bootcamp with AWS and Azure, and of course GCP as well, is something which we will be focusing on. As you all can see, this I think I have covered a lot of time in the last two sessions as well. This is the third session today, everyone. So this comprehensive program is equipped to skills and knowledge. All these as a big data engineer. We have these all three clouds. Each and everything will be taught to you from basics. Okay. And we will also be practicing on the clouds and doing lots of capstone projects which are used. Okay. Today project should give you a little bit of idea how exactly we will be doing it. 1 minute. Yeah. So one more thing, everyone. I hope you're able to see me in 1080p today. Yeah, I think yes, it is fine. Great. So let us move forward then, everyone. These are the prerequisites: Python, SQL, and database. We will be giving you the recordings. You don't have to worry on that. Recordings will be provided for that. If enough students faces issue after seeing the recording, then honestly, I will be happy to just conduct an extra class as well for that, and we can cover the same. Okay. Let's move forward then, everyone. We will again start with big data concepts, the overview. I'm going to just quickly skim through them so that you have an idea that what all we will be covering. Because in the last two sessions as well, which you can find on the live, you will be able to see them. Okay. Now, before I move forward, anyone has any doubt, anything which is not clear, like with respect to the course or anything, like not the Q&A which I have been answering regarding to you, I will come back to them. I hope you are able to follow each and everything. All my voice, video, and the screen sharing is all good. Anyone has any doubt in that? So let me know. I can see that today, like we selected the HD, so it's in 1080p, and I hope you will be able to see the what all is written pretty clearly, because we have to code a lot today as well. Okay. Yes, Utkarsh, you can see the last two videos. That should be all good. No worries on that. Great. So let me just also show you guys one more thing. YouTube. So just to show you, like for the intro video which I took on the first session, you will find the video on my channel as well, everyone. Okay, so I have uploaded the video for the introduction to big data. What exactly is big data? I can share this link with you, all of you, so that without in the so this was majorly in the first session where we walked through and this was discussed. So let me go here and you can watch this. And for the previous video which we have seen already, you can go to Krish Sir's channel. Okay, this is live already. And along with that, you can go to live. And these two are the previous sessions which we have took, everyone. Okay, I hope that is clear. Great. So that should just, I think, clear all the doubts. And yes, let us move forward. Cool. Great. So at present cloud, which is the best plot and how can we find which is the best? Okay, let me come back to questions. Anyway, everyone, so we will start with Hadoop. architecture, ecosystem, everything in depth again. HDFS architecture, then yarn, then MapReduce. All of these will be discussed. Then we will see and learn about Spark. Right? We know that now MapReduce is not used that much, but we will still write code in. Like I will just show you an example of MapReduce. Then you will understand that okay, what exactly is the problem. We will also discuss about RDDs. Then moving forward, we will learn about data frames and data processing. Then we can move forward with advanced data processing and optimization in Spark. So this is actually something which we have to understand in a lot depth. The reason is that we use this a lot. So in Spark, optimization actually follows or is used a lot. This is something which I have spent months on optimizing the project so that it can be done. And I was able to actually, I would say, reduce the time of one of the operation from 6 hours to around 45 minutes based on these optimization. And you can think that okay, how better or how good that is, right? Then Spark performance optimization and tuning. Then moving forward, we have NoSQL databases. And again, NoSQL databases will be done from scratch. We have the MongoDB. Then Cassandra is there. Then we have the Hive architecture. Again, the data store for which is inbuilt in Hadoop. We will be using that. Then advanced Hive features. Then moving forward, we have the streaming now. So Kafka will be there, everyone. Then we will also do Kafka producer, consumer, everything in Kafka. Then Spark structured streaming. We will see PubSub and Amazon, all these we will see so that you can have an idea. Again, when I will be teaching you, let's say about Spark, streaming, and Kafka, I will tell you that, okay, what they are based on. So that tomorrow, if you are using any, or let's say if you're using Google PubSub, it should not be a problem for you. Okay. Great. Then we will start with Apache Airflow for managing and orchestration of pipelines, data pipelines. And then we will start with cloud computing. In the cloud, again, Azure will be basically done. Today, I will just give you a kind of an idea that, okay, how we will be using these things. Then Azure Databricks we will be using. After that, Azure Data Factory, data orchestration. Then advanced data factory, transformation monitoring, everything. And basically EMR, we will start with AWS. AWS EMR is same, just like we did Google Data Proc in the previous session. AWS EMR is same, then AWS S3, and then Athena and Glue for serverless querying. And then we will start with projects. So we will be doing minimum 5 projects. And actually, I plan to include more projects so that based on the how the class is going, we will have multiple projects which you can use and even actually, I would say, work on that, add that to your CV and explain them in an interview. And pretty sure that if you explain that properly, interviewer will be more than impressed because these projects will be in a way that someone who have a year of or year and a half of experience, those are the level of projects which we are planning in this particular course. Okay. Cool, everyone. So if anyone has any doubt till now, let me know with respect to the syllabus and the session. Anything is there, let me know. Else, we are going to start with today's agenda. That is the Azure account and project understanding. I kind of skimmed through it. The reason is that I have already explained that in the last 2 sessions. Okay. Each and everything you have present here. Most of common doubts you will have here. So if everything is clear, just give me a thumbs up or yes, and then I think we should be good to continue. And one more thing, everyone. So this Krish 10 is still valid. It is valid for, I think, first 100 some customers. So please make sure that you are quickly, majorly just registering for the course if you want to, because we have limited seats in this. We want to make sure that the experience is pretty good. So we are not taking like, let's say, thousands of students here. We have a limit here so that we can provide a good experience to each and every student. So if everything is clear, if anyone has any doubt, just ask me that in the chat. If not, then I think, yeah, we should be good to move forward. Okay. SB, I have shared the prerequisites a lot of time. So I will suggest to just see from here. See that in the course as well, it is written. Okay. Cool. So let us now go back and yeah. Project will be done again in the course. No, Sakina. So I will again start. This is kind of an easy project if you ask me, right? We will be doing little bit advanced project. This project, I just want to give you a hint or the taste that, okay, how the projects are in data engineering. In the course, we will be doing little advanced project. Okay. Velego YouTube course will be taking time. Sorry, Udemy course will be taking time. AWS, Vishal, I think you can just see on the website. Many services are free and everything. So we will be working on free trials. So yeah. Okay. Mahindra classes will be on weekend, morning 8 to 12. Okay, morning 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. You will be given the recordings, the dashboard, each and everything will be there for you. You will be getting the community support as well. I will be answering the questions. All these things will be there. If you just download this, the project list is also there. So caption project 2, 3, each and everything is written in the course. Have spent a lot of time in writing that. And in the first class, I also walked through it. You will see that these projects, okay, you will see one more thing that we have mentioned and seen that, okay, which technologies we will be using. So it's not that I will be making you do the project, a single project with 4 different data sets. No, we will be using different technologies. Here we are using Kafka and streaming and a NoSQL database. In this project, we will be using Data Factory, Databricks. All these things are the ones which we will be working on. We will be using different data formats as well. Okay, so yeah, that is what we will be doing in projects. What all of you can do, please go here and just download this and go through it. We have spent a good enough time on making this. Okay, I hope this is clear, everyone. If anyone has any doubts still, just let me know. And if not, then we should be good to move forward. So great. I think doubts will come. Meanwhile, let me just move forward. Duration will be 5 to 7 months. Mahendra, it's a fully comprehensive course. It's not an intro course, honestly, to big data. It's a full course which is going to cover each and everything. Okay. Sakina, we have actually set up the time from lots of consideration with people who are from abroad as well. Recordings will be provided, so I am pretty sure that it won't be a problem. You will have the recordings, you will have the community, you can reach out to me for the doubts, and yeah, those all will be there. So I don't think you will have that issue. Okay. Saina, as I said, so we are not having this course as this is kind of a professional course. Okay, not an intro level course. We might have seats full, and I will not be taking basically registration then. The reason is that we want to have in this batch, we want to make sure that we are teaching in such a way that everyone is able to transform their career. And with that in mind, we will be limiting the scope and everything. Okay. Great. So this is the screen of today's agenda, everyone. I think the syllabus walkthrough and Q&A is done. Now I will be working on these two things. So the first one is setting up Azure account, and the second is project understanding. Let us first understand the project, and then we will be uh, like moving forward with the Azure thing. Okay. Great. So let me now explain you all the projects, everyone. Okay. Cool. So first, let me explain you the project. And we will see if we can do the project. My main aim will be that I'm able to explain each and every one of you properly. Not that I have to just skim through and complete the project. No, I will keep it in layman terms. Many things will be there. Okay. I'm just writing it in red here. Many technical part right now might be unclear because again in the course we will be spending time, like for example I have a proper dedicated class to explain you Azure in 4 to 6 hours, right? Each and everything is Azure. But again in the YouTube we have to just make sure that we are doing the projects, right? So to give you an idea, if anyone feels that okay something is not clear, just tell me in the chat and I will try to make sure that it is easy. I will explain you in a easy way. Okay. So yeah, great. So let's understand the flow of project. Okay. The very first thing is it is going to be in a way a ETL based of a project which we use in big data engineering. So we will have some e-commerce data, and this flow is actually independent of any cloud or anything, right? So don't get confused in anything. This flow you can do in any of the tool. Okay. So we will have, let's say, customers, we will have orders, we will have projects, right? So all these things are going to be here, everyone. Then what we have to do once we have this project, once we have this data, we will be ingesting this data via timing. Deepak, I have already explained. Okay, so Azure Data Factory. So Azure Data Factory. Okay, so I will explain each and everything. Don't worry. We will be using multiple Azure services, so you get a taste that okay how exactly things are done. And I will try to keep it a lot easy. But this project is a good project. Like to understand how the flow happens in company, this is a pretty good project. Okay, great. Once we have done this, we will then load our project into so Azure. 1 minute. Azure Data Lake. Okay, so it is also known as ADLS Gen 2. So see, I will tell you the major mind behind this project. In a company, there are multiple sources from which the data can come. Right. For example, in an e-commerce way, let us take the example of Amazon. Right. In Amazon, the data can be of different types and it can reside at different places. Okay. So for example, let's say Amazon. Someone went to Amazon via Instagram. So you see those ads, right? Then people are also using Amazon app. People are using Amazon website. Okay, so all these things are there through which data will be at different places. I hope each and every one of you agree that data will be on different places. That should not be a problem. So the very first thing, when I say the e-commerce data, it can be on different places. I hope that is fine. Echo coming. Why is echo coming suddenly? Everyone, is there echo in my voice? Can anyone just confirm that quickly? Okay, I have to read that, but should be fine now. Prabhat, can you please check at your end once? Sorry, Janardhan, can you please check at your end? Okay, that will be helpful. Great. Okay, so please don't disturb the flow like these technical issues. I have to make sure that I stop and then move forward. Anyways, so first let us discuss around the data. Okay, so we have different data sources, right? Let me just clear and make it again so that each and everyone is able to follow. So I will explain the exact flow as well so that you are clear. Okay, everyone. So the very first thing, we can have different data sources. Okay, so this is actually also data source. We can have data normally. Okay, let's say in our local. Normally that is not the case, but we are still going to see this. We can have data stored on S3. We can have data which is coming from an API. Let's say we have written some API. We can have some HTTP where the data is kept, and we will be using this HTTPS today again because we want to understand the basic flow. Is this thing clear, everyone? That data can be stored at multiple places. For example, for Amazon, there can be data there can be orders which are coming from app, which are coming from Instagram. Like when you click on Instagram and then basically someone comes to Amazon from there. So you can users coming from there. You have the data, orders which are coming in from the application, then from the websites. So we can have different data sources. Okay. So yeah. Next, once this is clear, we have to make sure that we use something known as Azure Data Factory. And see, these are the pipelines which, as a data engineer, you will also be creating. So, because the data is at different location. Okay, so let's say for an example, if I ask you that, hey, how many orders were done yesterday? You will have to make sure that there is some central repository or some central place where you are able to get all the data so that you can tell me that okay how many orders were done yesterday, right? So orders from the application, order from the website, order from let's say some direct party, some business orders. Yes or no, everyone? I hope this thing is also clear. that we can have orders which are coming in from different locations. Now, if I ask you that, hey, what were the total orders? Don't you think you will have to collate all the information at a central place? Yes or no? How many of you agree with this thing? Right? Now, this data factory, okay, this data factory will help you to basically connect to those data sources and then dump or sync your data somewhere. Okay, so after this, we will be using something which is known as data lake, Azure Data Lake, ADLS. Okay, ADLS Gen 2, where we will store all the data. So each and every of your data will be stored here, right? So this is a data lake. Now again, what is this data lake and everything discussed in the previous session, or normally in the course, we will be discussing that how data lake is kind of a central repository where all the data is present. Okay. It is stored in the blob form. So someone is asking for S3, just like we have HDFS, the way we store data in Hadoop. S3, Sakina, you can just think that we are storing the data in some, I would say, block format. Okay, in S3, which has its own format for distributed data storing, right? So in Hadoop, I explained in the last class that we do storage which is distributed, okay, and similarly we do processing which is also distributed. So Amazon follows its own kind of this distributed storage which is S3. I hope that helps to understand that, Sakina, in a very easy way. Okay. So everyone, I hope you are able to understand this data lake as well. ADLS Gen 2. Anyone has any doubt in this thing? Any doubt, anyone? Great. Once we have this data stored, then what we are going to do, we are going to work on this data. So if, let's say, someone is asking that, hey, what were the orders by country? What, let's say, how much did people from USA ordered? What was the amount? For this, we are going to use Azure Databricks. Now we'll be taking a separate dedicated session on Databricks and Spark, where I will be showing you a few things about Spark in this week only. But for the time being, you can just think that you can code on that data. Okay, just like you have some data stored, you can code on that data. And majorly, Spark is used here. And again, when I will be teaching it in the course, you will have 8 hours of dedicated work on, I would say, Databricks, Azure Databricks. We will understand each and everything there. Spark, though, we will be spending around 2 to 3 weeks where we actually understand each and everything in Spark. Okay. Once we do this, once we process our data, so this is actually the process part. We will be storing it back on ADLS Gen 2. So we have kind of this input data. We send it back after processing back to data lake. And then there is a service which is Azure Synapse, which we will be using to connect to this data and then understand or make SQL queries and visualization. I hope you are able to see that how this is not a very easy project, just that we are doing a lots of things, and this is a proper use case. Like in many companies, or rather in my experience as well, I have done project in a similar way, where we were getting some data, then we were storing it into data lake, then we were working on that data, doing lots of processing on that data, finally storing the results, and then making some writing queries, or let's say making some visualization on that. So with that, I hope the whole flow is clear. Anyone has any doubt in this? Let me know if anyone has any doubt. Prabhat, I will show you that how we can get the data. Don't worry on that, okay? So we will be seeing that data. We can create partitions. So when we are storing the data, we can create partitions based on something. That's a little complex, but yes, that can be done. And when we will be reading data via Azure Data Factory, it can keep on syncing the data. Depending on how you have basically configured it, it can keep on learning or reading the data based on that. Okay. And yes, the partitioning can happen. That should not be a problem. We can create folders and stuff based on the year and everything. That should not be a problem. Okay. That's a little complex and advanced stuff, but yes, we do that, so should be fine. Great. So if all that is clear, everyone, then let us just see about Azure once. So Microsoft Azure, okay, this is about Azure, exactly the way we do it. Okay. Now, what if you remember in the last video, in the last class, what I explained you is that we go towards the distributed computing structure, right? So I explained you that how we have multiple PCs which are connected. Either you can make it yourself, or what you can do is you can use some provided by this overall any of the cloud service provider. We saw GCP last time. We created a server. It was having one master node and two workers node. In a similar way, Azure also have lots of things which it provides. So we can just get started with Azure. Then we can go try Azure for free. So see, these are all the things available only to new Azure customers. Free monthly amount of 20 plus popular services. Okay. Then we have USD 200 credits. This is what we will be majorly using, everyone. So just to showcase you, this is what we will be using. And we will be using a credit card for that. Another reason we are specifically like that, we want professionals or people who are in job so that they will not have any problem in having the credit card or debit card to basically register for this. Now, once you go and try Azure for free, one minute, let it run. If anyone has any doubt till, let me know. I'm not sure why it is working so slow, but yeah. Meanwhile, I will explain you a little bit about Azure as well. So let it run. And here we can learn a little bit about Azure, that how things happen in Azure. Yeah, so this seems good. So it is going to ask you to sign up. 1 second, let it load. Okay, so it's actually asking you to sign up. You can either sign up from the account. So you will have to create a new account. Then let's say if I just want to sign up from here. Okay. So let me just enter my password quickly. 1 minute. I hope this is the one. If not, then I forget my password, but yeah. Okay, so password is wrong, just 1 minute. So everyone, you can just see. So you will have to create an account of Microsoft account to use your Azure for sure. Okay. No, not stay signed in. Let it do authorization. So again, it can just do that. Meanwhile, what I can do is it is authorizing and everything. We can go Azure on this browser as well, where it's logged in. So this is just to showcase you. This process again will be explained in the course properly. It should not be an issue. Okay. You started with Azure, sign in. Cool. So actually this is where I've logged in already. So I have started this because it's going to take time. Like normally when you make a thing, so see, it is asking you identity verification by card. You have to agree to some services. You have to fill a few things. Very important thing is here as well. So it's saying that no automatic charges will be here. After your credit card is over, we will ask if you want to create with pay as you go. If you do, you will only pay if you use more than the free amount of services. The main thing to note here, everyone, is that no automatic charges will be here. Okay, so I think many students have this doubt. I hope that is clear now, right? I hope that is clear, everyone. If anyone has any doubt, just let me know. Till now, it is going to give you 13,300 of credit for the first 30 days. And once you logged in, it's going to you are going to see something like this. It is also a free account, everyone. So as you can see, I'm getting a notification, 16,700 credit remaining, right? So we have these credits which are remaining. and it's a free account only. Okay. Is it possible to work with Gen AI on big data? Yes, Prabhat. Like depends on what kind of project you are trying to make. Okay, like again, Gen AI or the data, like you are using the data, right? So you have to handle that. Let's say if you are trying to work on Gen AI and you're creating models which is going to work on data. So how the data is reaching to you, that is all what data engineers have to do, right? That is all the work of big data engineer. So I hope that is clear, everyone. Anyone has any doubt till now? This is going, you will going to see this again. I'm going to explain you a few things here, right? So let us go back. See, when you create an account on Azure, you see a management group, right? In that you can have subscriptions. So for example, I created an account and I have a single subscription. It's free subscription as of now, as we have seen, and I'm gotten some credit, 16,000, 1,700, I think. Okay. Then we can create a resource group. So a resource group is like where you can group multiple resources. Okay, so I'm going to show you each and everything. Don't worry on that. We can group multiple resources in a resource group. I hope that is clear. Anyone has any doubt in that? Anyone any doubt till now? Any doubt, anyone? And then we can use multiple resources. So all these Azure Data Factory, ADLS, Azure Databricks, this will be coming inside my resource group. Okay. So let us now begin. This how to create an account again, you can see, and I will be making a video as well. That should be fine. But for the timing, let us move forward. Let us first create a resource group. Okay. So resource group. I have few of them created. I'm creating another one. If anyone has any doubt, let me know. AWS again, community, we will be trying to use the free tier only, should be fine. So you can see it's free trial. Okay. I am taking here Southeast Asia. So this region and everything we will also be discussing in depth. Don't worry. But as of now, you can just think that I showed you multiple data centers, right? So I'm using this region. And let's say it is e-commerce live. Okay. Next, let's go forward. We don't have to do anything here. We can just review and create. Let me see. Yeah. So it is saying that validation has passed and I'm creating a resource group. Resource group has multiple resources inside it. So each and everything which we will be doing now, it will be inside this e-commerce live project. I hope that is clear, everyone. Anyone has any doubt in this? Let me know. Anyone has any doubt till now? For everyone, I will just quickly explain the project again, that what exactly are we going to do. Okay. So 1 minute. 1 minute, everyone. Great. Actually, let me do one thing. Just a second. I'm trying to explain you the project in a better way. So maybe I can use OneNote here. So if anyone has any doubt till now, let me know. If anything is not clear. So just to show you, 1 minute, let me create one new file. And let me try to explain the project here as well, so that each and every one of you are able to understand it. What exactly are we going to do? Okay. So in that software, actually, I'm not able to add images properly. Let me try here if I can do that. Yes. So pay attention, everyone. Just going to explain it once again, that what exactly are we going to do. Okay. so that it is a lot clear. See, we will have some data source, right? As I explained you, we can have multiple of these data sources. That should not be a problem. So we have these multiple data sources. First, we are going to read from use Azure Data Factory, and something which I'm going to show you just as we move forward. What I can actually also do parallelly, I can show you these things. So let me just get rid of few things. Many windows are here, but yeah. Okay. So see, data factory. Okay. So this is the Azure Data Factory. I'm going to create a new one. Resource group, we created e-commerce live. Let us use that. Then region, we have to use Southeast Asia. Name, we can do e-commerce live only. Okay. Version v2, you don't have to do anything here. Next, configure git later. So I will just explain quickly, everyone. Subscription, there is free trial. Okay. So see, we will come back to where are the data sources. I will show you that as well. Don't worry. But first, now let us see about data ingestion. So data factory we will be using for that. I'm creating a new data factory. Free trial. Resource group is the one which we created earlier. So I'm using that resource group only. I'm giving a name, e-commerce live. Region is Southeast Asia. Version is v2. We can configure it later. That is not a problem. Networking, we don't have to do anything here. Everything is good. You don't have to touch anything here. Tags and anything we don't need. And we can just go directly to review and create. So it's doing some validation. Okay. And we can click create now. And it is going to create. So you will see deployment in progress. So I'm creating a new resource, which is the ADF, Azure Data Factory resource inside my resource group. Now I can go to resource and you will see that e-commerce live is there. You can see data factory v2 and we can go and launch studio here. So Azure Data Factory Studio. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how we connect to different sources here. Azure Data Factory, as you can see. Okay. So here we have data source and we are trying to use from data integration via data factory. So let's go back once. And here now, if you will see, we have multiple things. Other, monitor, to monitor all your jobs. Okay, we can manage to see, okay, what are the different link services. We have the learning center. Again, as I said, I'm just going to skim through things in this class, but normally in the course, everything will be taught from complete scratch. So don't have to worry. We can actually create pipelines here, if you will see. So what I can do is I can create a new pipeline. Okay. So let me create a new pipeline. I'm going to get rid of this thing. So closing this and closing this as well. Here I can just do e-commerce pipeline. Okay, everyone. So I'm doing e-commerce pipeline and I can just remove it. Now here, there are multiple things which you can do. So the one which I'm going to use is copy data. Okay, so pay attention just. I'm now trying to create a pipeline. Now, these are the kind of pipeline you will be creating in your jobs as well. Okay, we have multiple things here. Synapse, Azure Data Explorer. We can have Databricks here as well. So just like in Microsoft services, many of you will be aware that in Word, we can have an Excel table. So in a similar way, all these services, they are kind of interlinked or coupled with each other. Inside here only, you can actually have Databricks as well. You can have Synapse as well, but we are going to use them separate. So we are able to touch multiple or maximum of services. Okay. Now here, if you will go, you will see source here. Okay. So for example, this is the data factory. This is my data source. I have to tell where my source is, right? If it want to read the data, I have to tell where the source is. In this, we have to create a new one. And now I think it is going to make a lot of sense. Amazon S3, Amazon RDS, okay, Apache Impala, Blob Storage. You can see multiple sources here, everyone. I hope you are able to see that. Cassandra, Couchbase, DB2. Okay, we will have FTP, Google Ads, File System, HBase, Google Cloud Storage, HDFS, HTTP, Hive. So I hope each and every one of you are now able to see that we have multiple storage here, MongoDB, MySQL. So isn't this the case that our data can be anywhere. So all I'm asking is that this says that, hey, okay, tell me 1 minute, yeah, from where I have to read data. That is source. And you can see that in data factory, how many things are there? How many things are there from which you can read the data? So is this clear, each and every one of you, that we have multiple sources? Just like I said that your data can be in a SQL server, in a NoSQL server, on Amazon S3. And you can see in front of you that Azure Data Factory as a service is supporting multiple of these things. You can have these databases, file, generic protocol, and many other things as well. NoSQL. I hope that helps you, everyone. So if you have, let's say, a NoSQL DB at your end, I can read the data from here. Is this thing clear or not? At the end of the day, everything is data. I can just, in a way, mention that, hey, read the data from here, and then I can work on that. That is not going to be a problem. Okay. Are these different storage to get data? Yes, Sakina. So these are different, I would say, places where you can have your data. If you are getting confused, if you are not able to understand it, you can just simply see that there is MySQL and there is MongoDB as well. So it can be a overall NoSQL or a SQL DB as well. Everyone, is this thing clear? Yes or no? Anyone has any doubt in this? And I hope you can appreciate that how we have multiple of these things from where we can read the data. Many of the services, how they are coupled with each other. So I have the Amazon S3 here as well. I have the Google Cloud Storage here as well. See, Google Ads, Google BigQuery, Google Cloud Storage. So all of them are interlinked with one another. And that's the benefit. Even in the cloud, they are not that if you are using Azure, you cannot read data from S3. That is not the case. If you want to read the data from S3, you will have to make sure that you are able to just provide with the credentials so that Azure can go to your S3 and read that data. Is it clear, everyone? Yes or no? Anyone has any doubt till here? Anyone has any doubt? Yes, if you are new in field of ML engineer, reach out to me. Maybe I can help you with a referral. Okay. So recently, one of the company actually reached out to me and they were looking for hiring. So yeah, pretty fine. Great. So let us move forward now. What I'm going to do now, github.com/Mayank953. Okay. We are going to read data from here, but how to actually store the data in S3 or GCP? So Sakina, I will be telling you in a similar way, we will be creating AWS Lake. So let us now move forward, everyone. I hope the source part is clear. The source part is clear. Okay. Now let us see that how can we store the data in somewhere. Okay. So now comes the role of data lake gen 2, which we are going to create. So pay attention, everyone. This service, it can read the data, right? We have seen that it can read the data from multiple sources. And let me show you that it is going to read the data. Let me just use an example. This is the big data project. So I've created customer CSV data. Okay. I can just show you how the data is. And this is there for everyone. So each and any one of you can refer to and see this data. Okay. Sagina, I'm going to explain that here as well. Don't worry on that. Okay. You can read the data from here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go on raw so that I can see the CSV data here. Okay. So you can see this data, everyone. This is the customer data, customer ID, name, email, and country, right? This is the ID. This is the customer name. This is the customer email. And this is the country. Okay. It's a kind of a dummy data, but I hope you can understand from this that what exactly is going to happen. Now, what we are going to do, I'm going to select HTTP here. So this is a HTTP data. As you can see, this is a transfer protocol, like some network thing. But yeah, I hope all of you are good with that. Now I can see that this is a delimited text. This is a CSV, comma separated value, comma is a delimiter here. So let's select delimited text and continue. Now we can create a new linked services. Okay, so see HTTP server, what I'm going to do, customer data here instead. Okay, We can have the authentication anonymous. We don't have any authentication. And I can push the base URL here. At the end of the day, isn't my aim just to make sure that I'm able to read the data everyone? Yes or no? Once I do this, no authentication, nothing is there. We can have multiple parameters as well. We can have this advanced thing as well. We can add some dynamic content in JSON. Again, these are little advanced. My aim is to make sure that you understand the flow. For that, now I can do create. I am not importing any schema. First row is the header. So if I go here, first row is the header, right, everyone? And we can just do OK now. And just to preview that data, I can see this preview data and let's see if it is able to read the data. And I think it's able to read the data. Yes or no, everyone? So no matter where my data is kept, using Azure Data Factory, I can read this data. Is this thing clear, each and every one of you? I hope you are able to understand few things here. That I have got my data from anywhere in the world, like this GitHub, anywhere can access it, right? And I showed you multiple sources as well. Are we able to read this data? Yes or no? Are we able to read this data? Now, in a similar way, tomorrow, if let's say Amazon, it has data somewhere in the SQL DB, somewhere in the NoSQL DB, can't I read and get all the orders together? Yes or no? Everyone, are you able to understand this? Are you able to understand the power of this cloud Azure Data Factory? That how this block majorly is able to read each and everything. I hope everyone is able to appreciate that. Now, this was about reading. The next part is something which Sakina was asking that, hey, now how can we add data into this data lake, which is your S3 or anywhere else, right? So as of now, I have read the data. Now, what if I have to store that data somewhere as well? Okay. So let us go back and see the next service. Before I move forward, anyone has any doubt till now in the project? What I have done till now? Anyone, any doubt? Please ask that in the comments. Again, this is going to be in a way, your proper job level project. We are going to create multiple things here as well now. Okay. So I'm going to copy and read other data, then connect these pipelines. So something which you will be also doing in your job as well, right, everyone? If anyone has any doubt, let me know. Okay. And this is in a way you are creating an ingestion pipeline. I hope everyone is able to connect with me here that creating these ingestion pipelines, everything, this sound like a very difficult task. But here I hope everyone is able to appreciate that how, in a way, how easy is it, right? So all I did was, 1 minute. All I did was, I have a data source. Within data ingestion, data factory, I'm able to see all these things. Just that I have done, right? Mahendra, I showed you that you can actually connect to lots of the sources, right? So mainframe data, what exactly do you mean by mainframe data? You have that. So you can create a new one here and you can see all these things here. And you can then have generic protocols. Each and everything is present here. So I don't think anything will be there which you cannot find here. Most thing you can easily read the data. It is connecting and be able to actually get data from anywhere. If you have a SQL DB, it can actually just go to SQL DB and read the data. So we have Azure SQL databases. If I go on all, you can see or in the databases, see it has MySQL, PostgreSQL, everything is there. Okay. Great. So now let us move forward to the next thing. As of now, see, one thing you have to understand that here I have just connected to the data and I'm able to see it. I can able to maybe work on that, get multiple data. Okay, so what I'm going to do next, everyone, pay attention. This thing, okay, so first let me make it, I think it was customer data. Let us make it customer. Okay. Now let us make it for the next one, which is going to be your order details. So in a similar way, I can go and do raw here. And I can just say that, hey, this is a order details. Let me go to source. Let me create a new one. It is going to be HTTP. We have seen this already now. Delimited text. Linked service, create new. Order details. Okay. Base URL is this. And I don't have any authentication because it's present on the web. We don't have any problem here, right? Great. Cool. So yeah, Ravindra, I think if you have not just joined, I'm seeing all the comments. Okay, from LinkedIn, I think they may be taking a little bit time. So yeah. So the project is about ingesting data from different sources into ADLS. No, I explained the project, Ravindra. Have you joined just now? I think you have just joined now. We will be doing lots of things. I explained the proper project. So we will be moving forward with that. But yeah, so let me move forward. Everyone create and we can go do OK. And if I do preview data now, I have the order details data from the internet. Okay. Now comes the next part. I am able to read this data. Now I have to make sure that I store this data in a way, right, everyone? So now I have to make sure that I'm able to store this data somewhere as well. And that is where Data Lake Gen 2, okay, is going to come into picture. Once we have stored the data here for people who have joined, like Ravindra, now after that, we will be using Azure Databricks, okay, to work on my data, Azure Databricks, so that we can do any processing on this data, right? Then I'm going to store it back. So let us now first create the data lake for our use case. Okay, everyone. So let me go back. This time, go to home and create a storage account. Again, many people might be having might like see again. I'm trying to explain in a very layman terms because these services they are not that straightforward. In the class, in the course, everything will be explained from complete scratch, so you don't have to worry. Just see that how this project is actually in a way falling into the use case which companies do, right? Because again, in a 1 hour, no one can explain you these services or each and everything from scratch. So let us now create a new storage account. Okay. So on the Azure, we are now creating a new storage account, everyone. So you can see free trial. Resource group is going to be e-commerce live. Storage account name, e-commerce live data. Okay. Southeast Asia, no primary service, nothing we are selecting. It is standard only. And we can we are going to see about these as well. We can have multiple redundant and all these things. But as of now, it doesn't make sense. We will be choosing standard only, not premium. We are fine with the latency. Let's go to next. Here we will be selecting this hierarchical namespace. The reason for this is so that we can have a full directory kind of a structure. See, hierarchical namespace complemented by data lake storage Gen 2 endpoint enable file and directory semantics. Okay, so we will be able to have multiple of these things, the file and directory things, which we normally use in our overall, I would say, PC or anywhere, right? In our computer, we have folders and then files are present. Then we are going to do next. As of now, we are not doing SFTP, nothing. We are not basically using anything. Blob is the by default on which it gets stored. Then we can move forward. So soft delete and everything, we don't have to do anything here. As of now, again, we don't have to worry on anything. Okay, next. And it's going to now do the validation. Let it do the validation. Many people might feel that a little bit, I would say, like when they see so many settings, don't worry. Like these are not that important plus difficult to understand. Just that, see, there are multiple settings. I don't want to, as of now, spend time here. We will be doing that in the course. But yes, majorly is that thing you have to understand. You should get the basic idea that what exactly is happening. So for example, Data Factory was helping me to read this data. Now, because I have to dump this data somewhere as well, that is where my data, this lake is going to come into picture. And that is what we are creating now, which you can see. Our Data Factory is here. It is able to read this data. You can now work on this data as well. But where will we be sending this data? And this is where our sync is going to come into picture. Before we can sync this into the data lake, we have to create this data lake, right, everyone? So it is going created. Deployment is in progress. Let it run. And we can see that, okay, it is making this e-commerce data and we can just now go to resource. See, we can now go to resource. Now, again, many things will be here. You don't have to worry on that. You do not to get overwhelmed. Okay. Everything will be explained. We can open this in browser, in mobile, CLI. Again, pretty straightforward things. Each and everything is there. We have to go to containers. Okay. Container is where we are going to create a new container. So for example, see, If I do container, let's say ecom container, right? And I can just do create. So a new container is going to get created for me. Okay. Here, I'm going to create two directories. First is going to be input. I'm going to create an input directory and I'm going to create the output directory. Okay. So I will tell you what is the reason for that, everyone. Pay attention. Why we are creating these two directories. So I explained you that how we will be using. Okay. Why is this? Okay. 1 minute. Yeah. We will be using this Azure Databricks here, right, everyone? So we will be using Azure Databricks for the transformation here. And once I do the transformation, then again, I will be using or storing data back into my data lake. So the input is from where I'm going to read the data. 1 minute. And then I'm going to store the data back into data lake. So this is where this output directory is going to come into picture. Okay. So I hope this is clear. Now let us do one thing. Okay. For this, now let me create the sync. Okay. So you can see this customer and we have the orders. So for customers, first let us work on this sync. Let us create a new one. And here, what we have to do, data lake. So you can see Azure data lake storage, right? Let us select this. It's a delimited text again. So again, everyone pay attention here. Here you can do those transformation as well. So when you are storing your data, maybe you want to store it as a Parquet or as a JSON. This is the place where you can do the standardization that you are reading data from a NoSQL, from a SQL, from S3, but you can make all that equal here as well. I hope that is clear, everyone. Yes or no? Ravindra, again, for enterprise level, many things will be changed, but the basic idea will remain the same. There can be different permissions and stuff because, again, as of now, I have kept it very open so that each and every one of you can understand. But on the enterprise level, we will have those things. Plus, in the course, I will be telling you about those things. But as a data engineer, you hardly will have to work on that. That all will be taken care by the admin. But to make sure that your understanding is still a lot clear, we will be discussing about those things as well. Okay. So everyone, anyone has any doubt till now? So what I'm explaining is that now see, pay attention. Just like we have multiple sources to read, we have all these resources where we can store the data as well. Okay. And where can this be useful? Pay attention. Let's say somewhere your data is stored in a NoSQL DB in terms of JSON. Some data is stored in table format. You can do all these, I would say, normalization and all these transformation here so that all your data is in a proper format. Maybe you can join these data, you can work on that. All these things you can do here. So for the timing, what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this ADLS. I'm going to select the delimited text only. Okay. Sync is just, Kashan, we are storing or sending the data somewhere. Okay. That is sync. So customer sync, we can just outputting or sending the data somewhere. I will create a new one. Okay. So let us do this customer Azure data lake storage. Okay. Then what we have to do, all this is good. We have to just try to do free trial here and we can select storage thing here. So e-commerce live data was our storage account name, right, everyone? Now, if I do create, okay, see, it is created. Now, what I have done, this overall data lake which I have created. Now, there is a concept of database, data lake, right? In the data lake, we keep all the data so that anyone can access from there and we can work on it as well. So in the input, I need to get my data from this to my input. Okay. And this can be, as I've shown you already, this data can be from anywhere. Thus, it can get increased with the complexity in any company. But I hope you get the basic idea right. Now, what I have to do, I can just select here. See, ecom container. Okay. Input. And I can do OK. Here I can specify the file name customers.csv. First row as header. We are not importing any schema. No schema or something is there. And I can do OK. Okay. Now I can just validate this once. Okay. It's going to validate it. No issues are there. Once I run this debug, it's going to run this full thing. Okay. So what it is showing sync type. Okay. It is saying that here as well, we have to provide a sync type. So let us just quickly do this. Let me create another sync type for this here, everyone. So anyone has any doubt in this? Anyone has any doubt till now what I have done? I am now creating another sync type for my order details in a very similar manner. So here I have to create a new one. Again, all these things can also be automated. You can use SDK for this as well. But yeah, for the time being, we are using and keeping it a lot simple. Free trial. And we want to use e-commerce live data. And we are creating it. Okay. Now again, if I go here, e-com container, input, okay, order details.csv, none, and okay. So it's saying, okay, we have not done this none and doing okay. Now we can validate this once again. Mahendra, I'm asking for doubts. Okay, anyone, I'm just take a pause here. If anyone has any doubt, let me know. So I will just explain via diagram also what we have done already. So I explained you that we can have multiple of these data sources, everyone. Okay. In these data sources, we selected one via HTTP. You can have S3. You can have Google Cloud Storage. You can have Azure as well, right? It is not a problem. Data Factory helps you to connect to all these storages, which is something which we saw. Once we are able to connect, then we are sending that data to a lake, data lake, which is Azure Data Lake, right, everyone? This is where the sync operation comes into picture. After that, we will see that how we are going to work on Databricks. That is going to be afterwards. Anyone has any doubt now till what we have done till here? Let me just remove all these things. Anyone has any doubt what all we have done till here? Yes or no? I will again explain on this thing as well. So see, let me just get rid of it as well. See, this is my data, the customer data which I got from HTTP. You can get the data from any source: SQL, NoSQL DB, Amazon, AWS, GCP. I said that what the source is going to be, request method, all these things we mentioned. Sync is where we are going to send our data. Okay, so everything we have done here. Similar way, we have read another data. We are creating a pipeline kind of a thing that first customer is going to get read and then order details. Taking a pause here. Anyone has any doubt till now? Anything related, doubt related to anything? Will we be doing transformation in Databricks separately? Yes, Krishan. So, Krishan, we will be doing it separately. Though, as I said, we can in Azure, these things are coupled with one another. Though we can have Databricks notebook here only, but we will be doing it separately. The reason is we want to touch on most of the services. Okay. Kushar, the limit will be based on your account and stuff. Okay, that is not going to be a major problem, provided we have specified that okay, we want to use a premium service, because you can think companies are handling petabytes of data, and they are able to do that via cloud, via this Azure and everything, right? So in the setup, we have few things which we said that okay, we want a standard data factory only, not a premium one. So all those things, as your data increases, your cost will also increase. In the free tier, we will have some limitations. But again, the thing is you should know how to handle or understand the problem. 2 MB to 2 TB of data. If this customer is 2 TB, that is also fine, right? We understand that we have to read it like this. But yes, pay attention, everyone. If the data volume will increase, so will your cost. Okay, and this is a very logical thing to have. We will, if you are handling more and more data, more and more cost will be there. Anyone taking a pause here? Anyone has any doubt? Let me know quickly. I can just answer each and every one of your doubts. So maybe let us have 5 minutes break on Q&A here. Just once we will just now run this pipeline. So we can now create multiple of these things as well here. Okay, we will have multiple operations as well, if you will see. So if I just go return here, and if I go here, see, we have the Synapse service, we have this Databricks where we can have a jar. Okay, a full jar we can provide, which can work on that. We can have the Python script here. Then batch service, all these things are there. This full things are also there, should not be a problem. Okay. What is VPS, Arjuna? Can you just clear it once? What exactly is VPS? If you are mentioning to Google virtual private server, then should be like, see, I hope you are able to understand that how I'm telling you the gist of the project. You can do the same thing on any of the cloud. And honestly, when I was in Goldman, there they have their own kind of software. They have, like, we have coded our own software for doing these kind of works, because a lot of things were inbuilt for the in company. Okay. Everyone, is my voice lagging? Can you please let me know once? Is my voice lagging? Chandni, can you please check your internet as well? Should be fine because I'm, like, the setup is tested well, but yeah. Kushagra, again, see, we can use any technology, but I hope you get the idea. We can create those pipelines using Airflow, or you can use any Google related things as well. That is not a problem. The thing is that you have to get the data and basically do this transformation and store and everything, right? So I hope that is fine, Kushagra, that how we can do these things. Okay, everyone, see, one thing more I would like to clear, that in your job or in your experience, like, you will hear lots of these things, that let's say we can, what is S3, what is HDFS, what is your blob storage. The way I have actually progressed in my career, the way I have been able to crack those companies is by keeping things simple. Okay. So what happens is that you have to understand the basic mindset, that what we are trying to do via this is that we are trying to read this data via data source, do some transformation, or maybe make a pipeline and send that data to a lake. And that is what we should be following. Now, I can do that by any way. So, for example, just for an example, our aim is to eat the food. We can eat it by hand, we can use fork. Okay, maybe someone is feeding us. That is not a problem. The main gist is something which you should understand, so that you will never be scared of Azure, ADS, Azure, Google, IBM Cloud. Now, just a thing. Will any of you think that you can do it on any other service as well? How many of you think that you can do it on any other service as well? How many of you think that you can do it now on any other service which is there, data flow or anything? Did you get the basics right? That yes, we are getting some data and we have to just read it and then send it. All these things I hope is clear, because that is how I will be making sure that we will be doing here. Okay. I hope that is clear. And we are going to, in the course as well, we are going to see multiple resources, like multiple ways we do it. Okay. But the main focus will always be that we are, again, see, all these things we must have done by a SDK as well, by writing the code. Okay. But the thing is that I have to get the data, and we will be using those multiple things. That is not going to be a problem. Okay. So great. Now let me move forward, everyone. We can just validate this runtime. It's saying that no errors are there. And now I can click this debug. So it runs. And one more reason why we are making pipeline like this is, I hope all of you understand that these pipelines, they are automatic. So tomorrow you can just add anything here, add the third data source here, and it's going to be automatic. Okay. So you don't have to worry on anything, right? Like, if anyone says that, hey, I can upload the data manually, but what are you going to do when you leave the company or when you are on vacation? These pipeline is used there only. So see, pipeline is now running, and we can make it a lot more complex as well. So it is saying that customer has been succeeded. Now it is working on order details, and it will just succeed. It will just go to order details when the customer is succeeded. That's why it's a pipeline. Now many students get confused that, okay, what is this pipeline? Why is it so big of a word? See how, like, it is just that one thing after another, nothing else. Okay. Now if idly it is saying that, okay, my pipeline is completed. Okay, so no errors were there. I can just go to this manage as well, or monitor as well rather. Okay, let us just refresh and go to manage. 1 second. Yeah. So it is saying here that, okay, it has been done already. Now, if I go to this e-commerce, and if I go back to my data, data lake, you can see the data here. And I hope now everyone is able to understand how powerful this is. Like, I can read the data from anywhere and get it into my system. And now you can see this data. It is in CSV format. It is stored as a blob. Okay, so that's some inbuilt Azure way of storing, just like we have S3, just like we have HDFS. Okay, it's just a format of a file in a very simple terms. It's a distributed kind of a storage which normally Azure uses, but yeah. Mahindra, yes, we will be discussing about Airflow as well. I have shown this multiple times. So Mahindra, what you can do is, let me see if I have this 1 minute. So you can just download 1 minute. Yeah. So Mahindra, here if you will go, you will see the full syllabus of the course and everything. Okay. So I have just gone through it in. So this is the third session. We have seen this, and here there is a proper module dedicated to Airflow. So don't worry on that, right? As I said, my major aim is not to make you like my main is actually two ways. It is not just to make sure that you know these things. I want to make sure that you are properly having the idea, you're comfortable with the basics, and then you have the exposure to multiple tools as well. Okay. So that is the idea with which I will be working on. I don't want any one of you, like let's say you know Airflow, but you don't know the basics of data engineering or big data. So please make sure that you do that. Okay. Vishal, can you please explain me what exactly you understand by data ops so that I can tell a better idea? Because many students are asking that about data ops and all these things. So I have answered that, but yes, just let me know if any particular technology or something is there and we can discuss on that. Cool, everyone. So I hope you're able to see this data now. Yes or no? And I hope you see that how powerful this is. So I can have this pipeline here. I can make this pipeline also a lot more complex. Like it is not that it is easy one just to showcase to you, but now I can have and make a copy. Okay. I can make a copy, connect this. Okay. Maybe I can have multiple of these things so that two things run in parallel. All these things I can do in this UI. You can have the SDK and do it via code as well. I will be in the course again. We will have more time. I will be showing you both the ways. But the idea is that we have to get the data. See, this is the major thing which I will be focusing a lot. Because in all my jobs, understanding is what helped me to actually get the promotion, to understand things. All these things is what I want to teach all of you. Okay. Now, just to give you an idea, I will see that if we might do it in the next class because it's already around 1.5 hours. Now, what my aim is going to be, everyone, is that Azure Databricks, this is kind of your, I would say something using transformation. So as of now, I have just this, both the datas. What if I want some database, okay, let's say, which is joining all these things. And if this data is, let's say, GBs in size. So I discussed in the last class how processing is going to take a lot of time. Yes or no, everyone? How many of you remember or understand that processing can take a lot of time? How many of you understand with this doubt, with this thing? That let's say I have these 4 data sets with me, okay, and say they are GBs in size. Okay, say they are GBs in size. And now I want to make sure that I'm able to create a data set, okay, which is having these things joined. So let's say I want in the order details, we will have the customer ID. So sorry, we have the product ID. Now I want that this for product ID, I get this product. So I will have to go to product CSV, right? So when I go to product ID, I have these things. So I will be able to get all these out. Yes or no, everyone? So I will have to do these joins. Now doing this on a simple computer or something for a large data is going to be a problem. For that, majorly we use Spark, and Databricks is some way we can use Spark. Okay. Again, Databricks will be properly covered. As of now, I know we have not discussed on that, but see. So Databricks is an independent, I would say, technology. And Azure, Google, AWS, all of them have their own version in collaboration with that. So we can see and use the same thing here. Okay. We can create multiple. So I will just touch upon that, but yes. Okay. Anyone has any doubt till now? Let me know. I hope this is clear now. Any doubt, anyone? Dinesh, yes. See, the idea is we can do this on any cloud, honestly. Major cloud will support because this is a data ingestion flow normal. We are not This is not limited to Azure or anything. I just used GCP in the last class, so today I'm using Azure, nothing else. Okay. So let us see some doubts. Vishal, automation like using Terraform. So Terraform is majorly infrastructure as a code. We will be, I can touch upon that. Vishal, I've used that, should be fine. Sparsh, RDDIG, I didn't understand your question. Can you please explain that? And major focus will be on the data, big data parts of things, everyone. So the syllabus is a lot comprehensive. Okay, with that, I think you will be able to make sense of most of things. And again, I'm being very honest here. My philosophy is going to make sure that you understand the basic and the gist, and then go to advance. Okay, so I don't want that tomorrow, if you have done this thing here, if someone asks you to do in GCP, you all are lost. Many YouTube tutorials, courses are like that. It makes you proficient in a single, I would say, technology. I will not be focusing on that thing. I will make sure that you are comfortable in understanding the problem statement. Okay. So something which is used in the industry directly. So tomorrow someone will not be talking to you, or if you see yourself as a, I would say, experienced data professional or engineer, people will not be like, hey, you know Azure, right? That is very good. If you don't know, let's say Google, okay, no worries. No, people will be talking you in terms of this thing, and I will be explaining you the problem first in a similar way, and then we will plug in the technologies. So that is something which I will be following, so that you are never dependent on any technology. Okay. Great. Let me answer some question. How does pricing works when this pipeline is active? Kashan, depending on how much time, how much resources you are using, everything has a different pricing. It is based on the region as well. So we will have to see that, okay, how Azure will be going to charge you for that. Okay. Ice cream, there are lots of Azure products in the big data domain. Like most things are actually under Azure only. You're saying Apache, sorry. Apache only, Apache Spark, Apache Hadoop. So yeah, I think for that, it will be good if we have in the course, we will be discussing that properly. Okay. I was saying we're gonna use resilient data set, right, for the purpose of join. Yes, Sparsh. So I will first show you in RDD, then we will see in dataset and SQL both the ways. Okay, but I will make sure that you understand the way we will be doing it using RDD as well as a limitation. Okay. Is the process flow same for hardware integration? Once exactly which process and everything I didn't get you. Okay. Chain of copy data is not clear. I thought we were ingesting data from different sources into one data lake. So Ravindra, these are your different data sources. As of now, they are both from GitHub, but you can have it from, let's say, SQL or NoSQL as well, right? So for example, here the source can be a SQL table as well. If I just define a new one here, I can select SQL table. So let's say MySQL table. Then if I go here, I will have to define all the connections and everything, right? So server name, port, database, username, password, all these things I will have to provide. You will be able to read the data in a similar way. See, the reason I kept it a little simple is with respect to time and understanding that, people will not be able to catch that much in a live class on YouTube. So that's the reason. If it would have been a recording or a course class, again, I would have covered all these things. Okay. Okay. Anyone? Any doubt? Let me know quickly. Else we will move forward quickly, and I will just show you about the Databricks that we will maybe cover in the next class now. But yes. I hope you are able to understand what I have done till now. Anyone has any doubt in that? Okay, where is your question? 1 second. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, let me see actually. Sparsh, you are managing lead code contest. Multitasking should be fine. Which question are you doing on lead code? I can help you with that as well. Kushal, can you send your question again? I think I missed that. So the problems are coming in from LinkedIn and YouTube both. So that's why. Sakina, again, I'm getting lots of these. So will be helpful if you can just everyone can please just send your doubt again. I think there have been some like I mistakenly refreshes or something, so able to not see it. Vishal, see again, it will be first, you will not have that choice. It will depend on a company. For example, if your company is using AWS, so वो आपके कहने पे will not be like, अच्छा ठीक है, let us now use the uh, like Azure or something. The basic idea is that you have to understand key what each and every one of them is offering, how their services are almost equivalent to one another. Majorly in the industry, if I be honest, Azure is used a lot. Okay, that's the reason I will be explaining Azure also in a lot of depth. Okay, but as I said, major focus is ki ye same cheese, this same thing how you can do in AWS as well. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Mohammad Furkan, I have shared that Azure. This will also be cleared. Work it out. किसका था ये वाला? 1 second. Sakina, Terraform and Apache Airflow are not the same concept. Okay, they serve different purposes. Terraform is majorly infrastructure as a code. Okay. Mahendra, ETL automation is that we are able to extract this data. So this in a way is a ETL pipeline. We extract the data, then we will be doing transformation, and then we will be storing it again where you can load this data and work on that. Okay, now the same you can actually write cron jobs or something for that. Cron jobs in a way are the jobs which are automated jobs which are going to run. So yeah, that is the major thing. Okay. Sakina, see, if you have to understand, Terraform is infrastructure as a code. So let's say if you want infrastructure, okay, it is used for provisioning and managing your infrastructure. Okay, so let's say if you are always like, okay, I need this infrastructure repetitive times, you can write it in a code. Okay, so let's say just to show you an example, 1 second, that will be helpful. So everyone, okay, let me just create a Databricks instance. Okay, Azure Databricks. Let us create one. So Sakina, pay attention just once. Okay. Again, free trial. I'm going to use e-commerce live. Workplace name e-com data bricks instance. Okay. Again, this can be premium Southeast Asia. We can just move forward next. Okay, we don't have to change anything here. So I'm just creating in a similar way. Now I think lot of you will be clear. I'm just creating as your Databricks workplace. So I'm just reviewing and creating it. Okay. So it is done. Now let me create it. So yes, Sakina, what I'm doing is in the infrastructure as a code, now I will be in a way selecting that, okay, what instance or what I want. When I will be selecting my cluster, let's say, do I want a i3, i7? Do I want a M1 Mac? In a very simple sense. Okay. That thing you can just provide via code. Okay. So that is majorly what Terraform is. Apache Airflow is used for orchestration or defining these pipelines and everything. So it uses the concept of DAG, directed, basically a cyclic graph. Okay, something which Spark also use, where you will be defining those pipelines, and you can also do that via code. Okay, so that is the major bird eye difference. Again, it is just a very simplified. We will be again discussing on that in a lot of depth, but yes, that is the major thing which we use by that. Okay. So, okay, so meanwhile, let it prepare everyone. This thing is getting prepared. The overall, we are getting this deployment. So we'll show you about the Databricks. We will discuss that in the next class because I think it has already been 1.5 hours. Okay. Second, I hope you get a basic idea behind this thing. I'm going to show you once this thing get clear again. Okay, everyone, please just ask your doubts. I'm just going to show you how what exactly we are going to do moving forward. But yeah, yes, before that, if anyone has any doubt, let me know. We are going to continue with this in next week because I think that it will be a lot difficult to comprehend what all happened. But yeah. Vishal, again, it depends a lot on the company, but majorly any good startup will be using infrastructure by via code only. Now it can be via Terraform or anything, but yes, the thing is that via code it is normally helpful. There was one more thing. So we use Kubernetes and all these things where via code we can handle things. I forgot the name of another very common good technology. If anyone has used that, where we can provision and tell that okay what we want, it was also very much used. So in my last company Mindtickle, that was getting used. Okay, so yeah. So everyone, now just to give you an idea, we have stored the data, input data here. Now I'm just showing you and giving you a basic idea that what we will be doing in Databricks. Okay, so we will continue this in the next week, but we can ask your doubts meanwhile. Then we will be outputting the stored data. Now this will become a lot difficult. That's why I first want to maybe take a class on Azure Databricks, and then we can just start with this. Okay, so let it just deploy. 1 minute, should be done by now. Okay, so let me take your doubts meanwhile. If anyone has any doubt meanwhile, please let me know. Also, just tell me how do you understand how what all we have covered till now. Is anyone, do you like this thing? You like me to take more projects? Okay, that will be helpful to me. Okay, not sure why my camera got off. Sorry, extremely sorry. So yeah. So everyone, yes, if you like the way, if you want me to take more projects in this way, let me know, and I will be help. It will be a good way to listen that if you like this or not. But yeah, and this is as close as it gets in a company as well. Okay, everyone. So I hope you're able to see that. I'm just teaching you in a way that, again, see, this will be a lot more complex, but the basic idea is going to remain the same. We will be creating these pipelines, getting the data, and believe me when I say these projects are done in every company to work on the data, to transform the data. This is being done in each and every company. Okay, great. So the resource is created, everyone. So this Azure Databricks resource is created. Again, don't worry, I'm just going to show one thing here. Okay, I'm just launching this workplace, and that is majorly Sakina because you are having the doubt. Let me just show you. So it is just signing into the Databricks from my free cloud and Azure. And in this Databricks, now we can actually create a notebook here. So as you can see, we can create a notebook where I can use Spark directly. Okay, so people might have a doubt what exactly Spark is and why Databricks. So maybe I will just share this thing. That is not going to be a problem. But again, as I said, doing this all over a 2-hour course is not possible and no one can do it. If you do that, then you will never get a job. That is also the thing. So see, now it is asking me for the compute. So it is saying that, hey, you want to run some code, that is fine. You want to run a Python code, okay? But can you tell me the resource which you want to use? So I have to create a resource, okay? And now, Sakina, you will try to understand this. In the last class, I told you that how we can have a multi-node cluster. So I have the worker here. Okay, I can select the driver as well. These all things we can actually specify via, let's say for an example, you have created a project. Okay. Now that same project you have to make live on 5 continents: US, sorry, North America, South America, Europe, let's say your Africa and Asia. Do you think that you will always go and specify these kind of a thing? Let's say if you have multiple countries as well. So in such use cases, it is always better if we can see, if you are a kind of someone who is not comfortable with code, that is going to be a problem, because see, this GUI is helpful. But when you work in a company, specifying all this via code is majorly helpful because you can automate all these stuffs. Okay, for example, it is good and all that, yes, I can do this while doing a POC. So when I'm trying to just see that, okay, if everything works or not, this is all good. But tomorrow, if I can just do all this thing via code, and if you will go see the JSON as well, see, in a JSON way, everything is there. So in the backend, code is actually something which is getting created for all these things, right? So the idea is, as a good developers, okay, and that is where software development kind of mixed with all these things, we have to make sure that we can automate all these things. And for that use case, again, this all comes as a code as well. So thus you will see many things that they are coming up as a code, right? Software as a code and all these things. So Terraform is this only. Now you can select these things either manually, but again, it will not make a lot of sense when you are doing it multiple times. I can select a single node cluster as well, everyone. See, this is a single node cluster. Now, just like in GCP, I showed you, we can have these for a lot of high memory and everything, right? See how big these clusters can be. And I just have to select a standard, maybe let's say this one. I'm saying that I want a single node cluster. I want Ubuntu into this Spark and Scala version it is showing me. And I can just create my resource from here. Okay. So let it now create, and you will see that okay, it is getting created now. So okay, if I go on compute, it is now fighting and get saying that hey, I want this cluster, I want one master node with this particular properties, and it is trying to create this. Now we can automate this as well. It is going to have 614 GB memory and 4 cores. Okay, so cool everyone. Now okay, so just to get out of this, 1 minute, yeah. So, okay, everyone. So this was majorly on the part. Now, because many students are not having any idea about Databricks, I will be doing first taking a session on Databricks. So let me just show my screen once again. Okay. And then next, I will be teaching you that how we will be doing this transformation part. I can just give you a basic idea what we would have done in transformation. Okay. That we would have got all the data from our lake, worked and created new data. Let's say we got the customer order customer details. So in that, for each and every order, we have the customer detail as well, that from which country that order was placed. Storing it back into this, and then we can do any analytics here. So for this, we will be using Azure Synapse, right? It's another, I would say, offering from Azure, which we will be using. But I hope you get the basic idea where we can now write SQL queries on top of it. Okay, so just by writing normal SQL queries. Now, if you think this was a very simplified way, the work of a data engineer. As a data analysis guide, as a data analytic guy, you will just writing the SQL queries on top of the data, right? But who got that data all together? Isn't this the pipeline which you will also be following? Yes or no, everyone? So that is the major thing, everyone. Please make sure that you understand the basic idea, and this is how you will be a very good engineer, very good data engineer as well. Because you are getting the major gist. You are not focusing on the technologies, but the overall big picture. And that is what I will be teaching you in the course exactly. Okay. So yeah, I think this was majorly all. This is going to just tell and give us the resource. So it is still working on. We can see event log. It is saying that okay, I think Azure quota exceeded. So something might be the issue. So it is saying that okay, we can have minimum. Okay, so free trial I will have to delete it. Should be fine. I already have another compute there. But yes, this is all what will happen. So yeah, that was all, everyone. Just to now go back and explain, tell you once again. So we are having a course, okay, which will be starting from 21st December. Each and everything we will be covering from complete scratch. Someone was asking if I will be sharing my experience, and yes, I will actually be doing all of that. Don't worry on that. I will be teaching with experience only. Okay, so I shared the YouTube link to my channel. If you will see there, the big data also I've explained using the experience only, not with some definition. And that's why the video is even 15-16 minutes long. My aim will be that you understand once very properly so you don't have to go anywhere. And because I have worked myself in big data, I'm just not someone who is reading from somewhere and teaching you. No, I will be sharing a lot of my experiences, okay, so that you actually understand that how things are happening. These data migration project I have done, I have spent 4 months on these kind of a project, making these pipelines, writing code for them. Okay, and not in any small startup or somewhere. I have done this project in Goldman Sachs, where we were handling lots of data. Okay, so cool that everyone. Then just I will ask you answer your question just the last time. This is where you can see the project, see the whole I would say course structure. Okay, most of your doubts will be answered here. That what all is covered. Along with that, all the details are mentioned here. So let me share this again. Okay, so that each and every one of you can go. For getting to know what exactly is big data, I have a video on my channel, so you can just go and visit my channel, YouTube channel, and also subscribe if you like the content, and also connect with me on LinkedIn if you have any doubts. Okay, now let me quickly answer each and every doubt. I hope you like the class. I hope you are able to get hold of this thing. Databricks and everything we will be again discussing in a lot of depth, and when I will be completing this project. Okay. Cool. So let me now quickly answer. I work in different technology. I believe there is good scope of data engineers in IT field. Mahendra, yes, there is of course a good scope. The reason is that if you see any technology or anything, it is working on data, right? Data is actually the heart of anything. Data structures, data, big data, data science. If you understand these things very nicely now, it is going to be very helpful. And honestly, if I be very honest, it also happened to me by a good chance that I was pushed into these projects and I learn all about these things in my job. Okay, so even I was not aware that okay, this is the major work which companies are actually doing. Okay, so let us move forward. And most of the work anyone is doing, it is basically will be there regarding data only. So once you understand these pipelines in a very good way, you are going to have a damn good career, and I can be sure of that. Because even if you're training an AI, don't you think it will be working on some data? And to understand that intricacies in data, it is going to be a lot helpful. Okay. Cool. Let me take some more questions, everyone. Bro, even experience also not easy, bro, cracking interview. Mahendra, again, see, there are multiple things in cracking interview. How many jobs are there? How much you know things? Many freshers, believe me, they don't have an idea exactly that what they know. They're always focused on technologies rather than the big picture, and that is where I think they fail. If I just give a basic question of DSA, or let's say ask about data engineering, anything, they will just fail to explain that. So your project and knowledge also holds a lot of place, and that is something honestly which I will want to tackle via this course. Okay. And one more thing, everyone. So we will also try to get referrals. Okay, we have a good community, good network. Even honestly, if anyone is in the data science field with 3 years of experience, please reach out to me on LinkedIn. One of the company reached out to me for referral and basically hiring there. So yeah, I will be more than happy to refer you. Okay. Also, we use AWS in the next project, cover concepts is orchestration. Ketan, I can do that. Don't worry. Again, as I said, any cloud is easy once you understand the basics. So don't worry on that. Domain knowledge, Mahendra, shortly will be shared. I cannot teach just by not sharing the domain knowledge. I will always be using my experiences to teach. And I make sure that I'm teaching the things where I have experience. Okay. ठीक है. So everyone, if you have doubt, let me know. Okay, I will be more than happy to answer that. Let me just stop sharing. I have now make sure that in the last 1.5 hours, majorly we have done first part of this project. Try not to move too fast. Explain you each and everything. I hope you like that. In the next class, we will be moving forward and seeing. First, I will take a class on Databricks, and then I will teach you that how exactly we can basically move forward with other technologies. So the course, as shared multiple times, is going to start from 21st December. Please make sure that if you want to make a career in data engineering, enroll. You can also reach out to this number for the counseling. And let me check if still Christian is valid. So 10% is still valid. Christian is still valid. So yeah, feel free to just use this and reach out to the counseling team if you have any doubts. Okay. Great. So coupon code is Krish10. Krish10. Mahendra, if you have enrolled in some time, we will be opening for the prerequisite content. If you are complete newbie, I will suggest that you can maybe go to my channel and watch the Python playlist. There's a Hello Python playlist. If you are not having any idea about Python, that should be more than enough to understand about these things. Okay. Rajesh, if you are working as data analyst, shifting to data engineering is a good course. Honestly, it is going to be a lot helpful to you. Your prerequisites will be clear. So if all is good, then you can surely consider the course and join it. If you have still any doubts, reach out to me or reach out to the counseling team. I think that will be more than we will be more than happy to clear your doubts. Okay. Ketan, again, see, if you are a complete fresher, then first prerequisite is to be done. If you are a fresher with, let's say, 1 or 2 years of experience and you want to then make a career, you along with making the pipeline. See, now with this course, anyone can make this pipeline. The problem happens when you are actually given different kinds of data and you have to explain different things, difficult things. So you have to make sure that you understand all these things and you have done good projects. Okay. Then I think it will be easy because in the interview, two things you will be grilled on. First, your basics and stuff, and second, your projects. So those are the best way to make a career, honestly. Software data engineer, most of that, yes, Vishal. Like I honestly think that 60 to 70% of software engineer job has to do with handling the data, taking data from one place, working on the data. So yeah, that has been my experience majorly. But yeah, thank you, Chandini. Happy to see that. Yeah. Question, I don't think. Can you try to drop a WhatsApp? I think there. Yes, it is active on WhatsApp, but I'm not really sure. You can just give a call. I think that is anyway better. Okay. So everyone, just last 5 minutes, and I will be closing this bridge. Okay, if you have any questions, any doubts, please ask away, and I will be more than happy to clear them. If I missed any question, please ask them again. Like I'm getting lots of messages from LinkedIn and YouTube, so it gets a little confusing sometime. Uh, Extremely sorry if I missed the question. I hope you liked today's class. It was a kind of a end-to-end project. We have done it half. We will be doing it properly, and in the course, those who all have enrolled, I will be more than happy to connect, and yeah, we will be making sure that we understand each and everything there as well. Okay. Any doubt, anyone? Yes, DD. So we will be doing the projects. Okay, don't worry on that. Fabric, if you are mentioning Ravi to Microsoft Fabric, that is not in the place as of now. But yes, I think we can try to cover it if enough choices are there. See, again, everyone, just one request: don't see understand the basic idea. For example, Fabric is also kind of I would be saying using a lake house for managing your data, but major aim will be we understand that thing, and then we can do a project using Fabric as well. Okay. Kashan, yes, I think they are there on WhatsApp. You can drop a hi. Okay. Else you can just send me a mail. My mail ID is mail to Mayank Aggarwal. Mayank Aggarwal spelling is on your screen there. Okay. So mail to me and I will just reach out, ask them to reach out to you. You just do Python. Ketan, you can just follow the basically what I have on my channel. So I have a Hello Python series on my channel. You can follow that. That should be more than enough. Anything else, I will be teaching you in the class only. So don't worry on that. Okay. I have recently completed my master's in bioinformatics. I am interested in deploying a project based focused on diagnosis of heart disease or epilepsy. Is this course suitable for me? Marfia, I would just ask you one thing to be get cleared. If you just want to do that project, uh, I will honestly suggest maybe you can reach out to me independently or you can try some other things. If you want to make a career in big data, I think then it is better. I won't suggest that you join the course just for making a single project. If you want to learn about the technology and everything, more than happy. And I think that's going to be a good choice. Okay. So sharing my thing, people, you can. I'm not going to share my number here. I don't have two numbers, so it is going to get a lot. I would say problematic. Mail to Mayank Aggarwal @gmail.com. You can maybe reach out to me on LinkedIn as well. Just send a message before you when you send me thing. Okay. By this, are we repeating all these things again in this session? Vishal, no, we will not be. See, the introduction and everything will be taught, and that the course, you can see it is a lot more in depth, right? So we will not be like in honestly, I've not covered even 5% of what is there to be in the course, right? So yeah, course is going to be different altogether. And as you can see, it is a lot detailed syllabus. Like I will be teaching each and everything from in complete depth. So yeah, that is also one more thing. Will the project related to text data will be covered? Yes, Rajesh, we will be taking different projects. If you have any advice, I will just make sure that create a project on that. We will be handling different data types. So yeah, again, we are not going to use NLP. That is not big data. We are going to work on the project of text and see that okay how we can handle that data. Okay. And honestly, handling will form a part of Python and Spark majorly. So yeah, that should also be fine. Cool, everyone. 2 minutes more. If anyone has any doubt, please make sure. Charan, that you can apply Krish 10. Krish 10, I have been saying this. You can apply that. Should be fine. Sir, I am a lecturer, so will course be helpful for teaching? Sakina, are you teaching in big data? If yes, then yes. If you are not teaching in big data, then no. I will try my best because I have been teaching mentoring for the last 4 years, so I have that experience. Hopefully, if you have good experience than me, then I will learn from you. Else, you can learn how to handle those things. But don't join this course for that thing. If you are in big data, that is going to be helpful. Okay. Yes, Chandni, certification will be there. Thanks, Charan. We'll see you in the course. Vishal, again, see, you can have 10 different kinds of 1500 different kinds of formats. I will tell you how to handle XML as well. Don't worry on that. Again, you have to understand the basics. Tomorrow, someone can create a new data format altogether, and I will never be. I see, as I said, I always focus on the big picture. You have to know, ingest the data. Is it a JSON? We can handle it. Is it XML? We can handle it. Is it Excel? We can handle it. Is it CSV? We can handle it. Okay. I have to make sure that your mind and your confidence with ingesting data is clear. If that is clear, then you can ingest any data, even your handwritten data as well. We can just write an OCR on your handwritten image and get that data. Okay. Ketan, next project, most probably if I try to do a live on YouTube, that will be next to next week. Okay. Cool. Then I think no major doubts are there, so I can close the session. Everyone, you can just check out the course here. And Krish 10 is something which you can apply. Okay, sorry, I think it joined the 1 minute, everyone. So this is the link. And Krish 10 is the coupon code for 10%. You can just reach out to me or the counseling team as well. Okay. Vivekanand, I'm sharing the link. Vivek, if you're on LinkedIn, actually the message I sent will not be there on LinkedIn. You can just see the Krish sir post or on my profile. You will be having that. Don't worry on that. Okay. On LinkedIn, unfortunately, when I send the message from here, can you go to live on LinkedIn on Krish sir channel and you will see all the messages there. Okay. In the description as well, or in this post as well, you will see this particular thing. Okay. So you can register for it. No worries, Vishal was asking the question. Sorry to ask, how big data analytics domain and engineering domain is different. Vishal, see, when we talk about big data in a whole, engineering is majorly handling this part where you are now creating all these pipeline. You are able to ingest the data, transform the data, store it in different way, in different forms, in different location, get all the things when you work. And honestly, the last part of today's project was something to do with the analysis, where we will be writing SQL queries on that, creating your dashboards, your visualization. So majorly, if you have that idea clear, if you have the major idea about SQL and all these things clear, and a little bit idea about data science as well, then you can work on that data as well, right? So that is where big data analytics domain will come into picture. Okay. Chandani, okay. Krish Naik, Krish sir is. You can just search on YouTube Krish Naik. So you are seeing this video via, I think, Krish Naik LinkedIn only. Okay. So we, like me and Krish sir, are collaborating for creating this course. So yeah, maybe I can send the link. Just give me a minute. Let me send the link so that you can directly reach there. Okay. Cool, everyone. So I think all the doubts are answered now. I'm sharing the link. Chandni, I will not be able to send the link to LinkedIn. Please. Okay, it will just send to what? I think it just, yeah. So the basically what we are using, we are not able to send. Let me just try if I can send it on LinkedIn for you. But yeah, I hope each and every one of your doubts are clear. Okay, so I'm just sending the link on LinkedIn. Okay, so that all of you are able to see that. I've just logged into LinkedIn. 1 minute. Yeah. So sending this, everyone, for who are LinkedIn. Extremely sorry. So the problem is that we are not able to. Okay, can I send a link here at least? Okay, it is not helping me to send. 1 minute. So for people who are on LinkedIn, just sending one link. It is not helping me to be able to send the link. Please, I hope YouTube links are supported. Okay. Okay. So I'm not able to send the link on LinkedIn. I think they have some thing. I'm just sending hi. Maybe you can just, okay. Why can I post? Cool. No worries. I think I'm facing some issues. Yeah, you can just message me. Extremely sorry. Or you can just, I'm sharing my LinkedIn ID. you can just connect with me. Okay, cool then. Thanks a lot, everyone. So I hope you like the session. I tried to make sure that I'm able to explain in a very easy and a layman term. Same approach I will be following. Then we will be moving towards the complex and see how technology can help us to solve those problem statement. Major focus anytime in any course I take is going to be the problem statement, the problem solving mindset, right? So that tomorrow Azure, IBM Cloud, GCP, anything you can use, and you are surely a master in big data technology. Okay. So cool, everyone. Thanks a lot. Please reach out to me or the counseling team if you have any doubts. Okay. And yeah, let's meet in the next week. So we will schedule another session. Most probably the next session is going to be on the Databricks. Okay. And we will understand few things about Spark and Databricks there. So yeah, cool, everyone. Let's meet in the next video. I'm going to stop the overall this thing. We went for 2 hours today, but yeah, I'm happy I'm able to like answer all your questions. Great. So yeah, ending the stream. Bye bye, everyone. Thank you.